Hi everyone, it's the Sandman, just checking in for another video. Today I wanted to discuss a topic that's really a hot topic in current affairs, and that is use of force. So obviously the big story that has been in the headlines is the George Floyd case. So I'd like to just discuss that from my perspective. Obviously I don't want to get into any sort of political debate with people and go off on a tangent. I'm just looking to really share my insight into this situation. So as a security officer, I have trained many security officers over the years, and use of force is a very sensitive topic. So when I train security officers in properly detaining suspects, I always train them to tactically escort the person to the ground. Now, once they escort the person to the ground, they need to obviously apply handcuffs. So once they have the handcuffs on that suspect, at that point, they should be checking for spacing to make sure that there's enough spacing between the handcuffs and the suspect's wrist, and also double locking the handcuffs to ensure that the handcuffs don't tighten. Now, the other important point, which a lot of people do forget, is that you need to sit that suspect up once you handcuff them. You cannot leave them down on their stomach in the prone position. And that's where we saw this whole issue with George Floyd. He was down on the ground for over 8 minutes, and that is the apparent cause of his death, which is positional asphyxia. That's what we want to try to prevent. So once that subject is in handcuffs, they need to be sat up so that they can properly breathe. We need them to be able to ventilate. Now, what if you're in a situation where you're in the middle of a roadway or on the side of the roadway or around some other hazard such as a fire? Well, in that case, you would want to stand the subject up and move them to a safe location where you can then sit them down again to await transport or transfer of custody. For example, if you're a security officer and you handcuffed a suspect and you're waiting for the police to come and take custody of them and transport them. So that is my insight on use of force and really trying to prevent positional asphyxia. So what we saw in the George Floyd case was clearly an improper use of force. And also the officers that were backing up the primary officer should have caught that. But there were obviously issues of seniority and chain of command. So, it gets complicated. But ultimately, that was really an ethical dilemma for those backup officers, because they really should have thought about sitting George Floyd up to prevent positional asphyxia. So that's my insight on this matter. I hope that you'll take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, everybody has their own opinions, but that's my insight. Like I said, I don't want to incite a political debate in the comment section below, but I would appreciate your comments. Please let me know your thoughts on this matter. I'd like to hear what you have to say, and I appreciate your watching. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I try to make videos as much as I can, and this just happened to be the opportunity. I know, like I said, this incident occurred a little while ago, but I wanted to take the time to really discuss it and analyze it from my experience in the security field and as a public safety use of force instructor. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below, like I said. And thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and stay safe.